This is my first ever TBR. A.G. McDonald popped my TBR cherry for the Cancel Readathon, so hello A.G. The Cancelathon has been... The original one was cancelled due to a tweet and some drama, which is tragic, and it shouldn't have been, but I talked about that in another video, and I don't want to go there and retread old ground. A.G. proudly took the mantle, and he put on his crown, and he rose out the sea like a triumphant booktube queen. I want to talk about this. So this is my TBR for the cancelled readathon. So cancel culture on booktube is rife, and in the book community, it's not a good thing. And I think a lot of it is to do with the fact that many readers and many booktubers view themselves as activists rather than readers, and I find that really strange. And this whole notion of, if I find it problematic, I hate the word problematic with a passion, it's a weasel word, or I don't like it, you should have the same opinion as me, and if you don't have the same opinion with me, I'm going to cancel you. That goes on. Books cause controversy all the time, and sometimes I'm like, this isn't real life, and policing what other people read is not a good thing. Let's start with my TBR. So you had to pick 3 prompts, and you had to go through the middle, eat any line, like playing bingo. I ended up picking 4. I wanted to do the group read, and I couldn't, because it just didn't have, my library didn't have the book, and I'm not buying a book I'm not buying a new book that I'm only going to read once. I thought to make up for that, I had to play around and I changed things. So let's go. The first prompt I picked is cancelled. Read a book you think people unfairly cancelled. I'm going to read The Blood Heir. This book was vilified, crucified, and it also was accused of being racist by people. Most of them didn't read the book in the first place. That's a thing. I read the ARC, I never talked about it because I didn't want the drama, because we all know what booktube is like. I got the final version, I've got the ARC, so I'm going to reread it and I'm going to go in and see what happens. So I'm going to read it. I think it was unfairly cancelled. I think, again, it's a reading comprehension issue. So, an American centrism, there is a world outside of America. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But yeah, that's what I'm going to read for that. I'm looking forward to getting back into it, to be honest. The second prompt I picked was an easy one and a filler, but I like this one. Like a cartoon, read a manga or a graphic novel. I'm going to read Saga. I keep meaning to read this, and they're in my library, so I picked them up, so I'm going to read the first volume of Saga, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I've never read it, and I hear good things. So I will be going into that one full tilt, and if Simon Savage recommends a book, usually he's right. Actually, 99.9% of the time he's right. So, yeah, I'll be reading Saga. My second prompt was, I bet his favourite book is 1984. Now, I love this one. This question made me laugh because it was on Twitter, especially in the book community, especially with men reading, they often devalue male readers by apparently reading pretentious classics and devaluing the male reader's experience because of it. And I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but I'm being honest here. And I'm like, really? If it's not YA, it's cancelled. So I'm going to read To Kill a Mockingbird again. It's my favourite book. I love To Kill a Mockingbird. I've read it many times in my life, and I think it's one of the... I've seen... If someone says, I bet his favourite book is To Kill a Mockingbird, I will take that personally. It's a beautiful book. It's beautifully written. Beautiful use of language. It's controversial because it uses the N-word. Again, historical context and reading comprehension lacking when people say that. That's fact, by the way. So yes, I will be reading To Kill a Mockingbird for the umpteenth time in my life, but I love it. And my final prompt was my bonus prompt. Because I couldn't do the group read, I thought I'm going to pick one more. So I picked my bonus prompt, which is, won't someone think of the children? Read a book that has been banned. And ironically, To Kill a Mockingbird would fit this one as well, but I decided to do something a bit different. I'm going to reread Catcher in the Rye. Again, a book that's very fashionable to hate on, and I do think it's to do with the fact that you have a egotistical male protagonist. I still can't get over someone who once said that they read diversely because the book had a male character. But I'm looking forward to this. It's a charming book. It's a book that I think every teenager should read at some point, and I think it's one that I like to revisit every now and then because I think we all, male or female, all teenagers, like once hormones kick in, and usually until you're like in your mid-20s, that sort of gap of about 15 years, you're a pretentious knob, mostly. I know I was, and when I look at certain book creators on all platforms, I'm thinking, you're so going to grow out of this phase. Hopefully soon. But yeah, we all think we're deep and meaningful and everything's important. But there we go. That's my TBR for the Cancelathon. I'm looking forward to it, and more videos to come, guys.